Welcome to Broadway Babe 2000. I'm your host, Tiara Jasmine Fielding, coming to you live from Long Island, New York. What? I have so many exciting topics to talk about today. Last week we had a nice episode that was very touchy-feely and a great conversation as always. Today I'm going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what's going on in the Broadway world. And we're going to have a really fun time. I'm excited. I have a guest with me who I'm going to introduce in a few seconds. But first, let's talk about today's date and just how I'm feeling. It is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Been in quarantine about 2 months now, I would say, or like a month and at least like 20 days. I went into quarantine the week after my birthday. My birthday was March 9th. And I haven't really left the house since unless to go grocery shopping or like essentials. But yeah, I've been stuck in the house with my sister, who happens to be my guest. So let's give her a warm welcome, a nice introduction to Miss Tiffany Autumn Fielding. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
Are you excited to be on my podcast?
Obviously, I'm so excited.
So, Tiffany, tell me a little bit about yourself. Obviously, I know everything because, we sleep in the bedrooms next to each other.
Or together.
Yeah, or together. Tiffany, freaks out sometimes, and I need to sleep with her. Or I freak out, and I need to sleep with her.
That's more like it.
We like to watch movies and shows. We were watching House Flip the other night. We like to watch those, bargain hunters and stuff where people buy islands. That's really fun to watch. Along with musical theater things, we also like to watch the one where they make the extravagant pools.
Yeah, I love that. What's that called? It's insane pool decks or something.
Yeah,
we like HGTV and home shows, and also
shout out to them for entertaining us during this very long and boring time.
I told Tiara when I was half asleep, I was like, if you just put on Beach Bargain Hunters or whatever the show is called, beach houses, I don't know.
Yeah.
I told Tiara if she puts it on while she's sitting there, because she said she couldn't fall asleep, I was like, well, if you put it on, it will just bore you so much that you'll fall asleep. So yeah, that was funny. But anyway, to introduce myself, my name is Tiffany Autumn Fielding, the older sister, aka the better sister, the first. And
if you go look at my TikTok at Broadway Babe 2000, my mom we did a sibling check, and my mom said that I was her favorite child. So we'll see about that.
She said child, but she said that I was her favorite adult. Oh.
Good one, Tiffany.
No, she actually did say that. But I also like to sing. I like theater. I'm studying broadcast journalism and vocal performance. I like musical theater, but not to the extreme that Tiara does. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but Tiara is obsessed. I'm more of a classical pop singer also, those two types. And yeah, I'm also studying broadcast journalism, so possibly want to do something in the broadcast field.
And Tiffany just got a really cool internship with a Long Island lacrosse team.
Yes.
What are their names?
The New York Lizards.
Yeah, go lacrosse.
Woo.
Sports.
Yeah, hot guys.
Yeah, hot guys. I talk about that all the time. Sports are for the hot guys.
They should be.
But Tiffany and I always talk about things going on in the Broadway world too. She was just watching Showboat the other night.
Favorite.
And she was crying hysterically. She was like, Tiara, I need your help. I'm crying. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
I just said I felt mentally unstable because after that movie, it just takes you on such a ride. If you haven't watched it, definitely check out Showboat. It's the version, I believe, from the 1950s. I think it's 1953. Great movie. It's nothing like how the movies are these days. Nothing is the same. It was way better back then. Showboat and The Music Man are my top favorite musical movies. But Showboat,
and speaking
I
of
was
The
bawling.
Music Man, my mom and I always talk about it. How Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman we're supposed to be starting The Music Man.
So
and it's upsetting what's happening in Broadway now, but they're probably in a contract for at least a year, so hopefully Broadway will be able to come back up so we get some time with them in the Music Man revival. And if you guys didn't know, I am using a new microphone this episode. Last week, I was testing a microphone that I had gotten shipped, and I bought a couple of them, and I decided that the one I'm using right now is a lot better off. Last week, it sounded like a little stuffy, like it had a sock over the microphone, and I'm telling you, there was no sock. It was just I needed a different mic for my voice clarity. But you know what's going on in the Broadway world that's super exciting? I've been watching Glee the past maybe week and a half. I started on this first season. I'm on the third season now. Love Glee so much. Literally was bawling my eyes out because I relate to it so much. It's not even funny. All these young people struggling, wanting to follow their dreams. I see a piece of me in every character in that show. But my queen, Lea Michele, is pregnant.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she is. Isn't that crazy? So if you don't know who Lea Michele...
Who's she with?
She's married to this
I
normal
forgot.
guy.
I stopped paying attention after the guy who I passed
After
away.
Coy Monteith died.
Yeah.
That was very sad.
Yeah.
Her husband, Zandy Reish, very nice Jewish boy.
Good for her.
Yeah, isn't that exciting?
So exciting.
They married in 2018. If you don't know who Lea Michele is, you're probably living under a rock.
Probably.
But just in case, she starred in Spring Awakening with Jonathan Groff, Glee. She's been in Ragtime as a child actor and Fiddler on the Roof. She was in Scream Queens and The Mayor. I was about to say Scream Queens, like ice cream or something.
Like a baby voice, it's fine.
Yeah, but she's expecting. She has not posted on social media about it yet, but if Playbill says it, then it must be true, you know?
Definitely. It's probably because what else is there to do in quarantine?
Yeah, just make babies. Also, the 2020 Drama Desk Awards are still taking place. The Drama Desk Awards recognize work from productions on Broadway, off-Broadway, and off-Broadway. Winners of the 65th Annual Drama Desk Awards will be announced during a presentation of New York Ones on stage on May 31st at 7:30 p.m. Nominations were revealed April 21st on an afternoon edition of Stars in the House, starring my man, Seth Rudetsky. You could look up the nominations on Playbill.com or any Broadway-affiliated website. They're really awesome about sharing all this information while we are in quarantine. The Drama Desk Awards came out with a statement saying, "Though these are challenging times, we know we wanted to find some way to honor this year's Drama Desk Award nominees, recipients, and bring some small sense of normalcy and hope to New York's theater's community." It's so awesome that they're continuing to do the Drama Desk Awards. I know that brings a lot of comfort to me. It's just really sad what's going on. But as I said, and I'll say it a million times over, Broadway will be back brighter and louder than ever. And I'm going to be on that stage one day in some kind of aspect. And I'm going to cry tears of happiness to see how far we've all come, not just New York, not just the theater community, but the whole world in fighting this horrific thing. Another really beautiful thing that has been going on in the Broadway community, on March 22nd, we celebrated Stephen Sondheim's 90th birthday. Woo woo! Yeah, Stephen! So, Tiffany, Sondheim is one of my faves, as you know.
Yes.
Tiffany's busy making a TikTok. She wants to be TikTok famous.
Yeah, if you haven't already, go like my TikToks and follow me.
I do not consent to this. Her TikToks.
It's Tiffany Autumn, okay? Do yourself a favor and go like it.
Tiffany's TikToks are a little more risque. But if you're into that, go give her a follow. If you want that Broadway content and slight comedy, go give me a follow. Okay, but back to Sondheim. It's his 90th birthday, March 22nd. There was a huge live stream with so many great Broadway actors and actresses and theater people, television people, movie people. It was so crazy. There was a little technical difficulty, but as they say in showbiz, the show must go on. And indeed it did, because it's Stephen Sondheim. So if you don't know who Sondheim is, let me give you a little spiel, if I say so myself. Stephen Sondheim is an amazing composer, lyricist. He has work that has gone on to millions of places, including West Side Story, Gypsy, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Anyone Can Whistle, Do I Hear a Waltz, Company, one of my faves, Follies, also one of my faves, used that song in my introduction, Broadway Baby, from Follies version, A Little Night Music, Pacific Overture, Sweeney Todd, hold that one close to my heart. Merrily We Roll Along, which is also in the works of being filmed, I believe, by Ben Platt and Beanie Feldstein for years to come. I don't know if they're filming during quarantine or maybe they filmed this year, but supposedly it's filming taking in real place. So, like, they're going to film, like, one scene every year or something like that. Sunday in the Park with George, which featured many people, including Jake Gyllenhaal, Annalee Ashford. Into the Woods. Guys, like, Into the Woods is my show. I know some people might disagree. Love Bernadette Peters, but I'm obsessed with the movie version that Disney came out with a couple years ago with James Corden and Chris Pine and Anna Kendrick and Emily Blunt. Tiffany, didn't you love that Into the Woods version?
I loved it so much. It was by far my favorite.
What's so funny? Tiffany's just a jolly little girl right now. It's
the way Tiara talks.
I'm just super
a funny one.
I'm into it. He also did Passion, Get Away with Murder, Putting It Together, and Assassins, among many others. I mean, Assassins is a great show. What?
Gotta love Sondheim.
Yeah, you do gotta love Sondheim. He's a king. Bless him. If I was to meet Sondheim, I think I'd literally pee myself. I know I've been in a room with him before. When I saw West Side Story, he was there that night. But, like, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't physically see him also. But, like, I am very good at eavesdropping, funny enough. So if you're ever near me, like, I'm listening, even though I look like I'm not listening. Just, like, fair warning. But I heard that he was in the room, and my eyes went looking, and then the curtain went up. So that was that. Sing it, Tiffany. Tiffany started to sing Company. Bobby, baby.
Bobby. Bobby, baby.
I love that song.
Baba.
Baba, Baba.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby, baby.
Bobby, baby.
Baba.
Baba. That's when you know.
Our little intermission.
Our little intermission. So we spoke about Sondheim, Bae. Now we're going to talk about another Bae. Mr. Ben Platt.
Oh, Bae.
Oh, Bae. So let's talk about our obsession for Ben Platt. For Tiffany's birthday, I paid for tickets to see Dear Evan Hansen that were maybe like $500. And Ben Platt wasn't in it at that point anymore.
Sad.
But I had already seen him previously in it because I went on a school field trip somehow before the shoe blew up. And I paid like $80 for front row mezzanine, and it was crazy. And I saw Ben Platt at Radio City in his Sing to Me Instead tour, and it was so amazing. And Tiffany's obsessed. Literally, when I didn't have a date to prom in high school, she would like message him on the daily, like, what would you even do?
I think I tried to message him on Twitter and said, like, will you take my sister to prom or something?
Honestly,
will you go to prom with my sister?
If we tried like harder, I bet we could have made it happen.
If we like really tried to get everybody involved, yes. But like I knew you would find a date, so.
Yeah, I ended up finding a date. Antonio, shout out to you. Mwah.
Fave.
But why do we love Ben Platt so much? Ben Platt.
She keeps saying that. Tiara's having issues speaking.
I'm having like tongue twister issues because
if you're a singer, you know.
No, like it's so bad sometimes. I'm very careful. I have like fart brain right now just because quarantine is getting to me, I think. And I think
her brain isn't as stimulated as usual.
Yeah. And I also think I have a case of swimmer's ear because I like to take baths and go in the hot tub a lot. And every time I put my head under the water in the bath, like my ear hurts afterward.
Does that have to do with you messing up words?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it like throws off like
your equilibrium.
Yeah, my equilibrium.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how accurate that is, but we love Ben Platt because his voice is like an angel. If you want me to sum it up, it's so good. The notes that he hits, his music is just so powerful that you could listen to it and just, you feel the emotions. You feel like you want to cry, or you feel like you relate. It's passionate music. Yeah.
So, do you think that if Ben Platt's father, Mark Platt, wasn't a big producer, he would have gotten this successful this fast? Or do you think it's just a case of like the right place, the right time? He's super talented. I'm in love with Ben Platt, obviously.
Yeah.
But let's say he was just some like random Joe.
Yeah.
From New York or like Connecticut or something that came from like a normal family whose parents like worked for like an engineer or like
business or
like
something.
Business
Yeah.
people.
I think that he still would have got famous, but I don't think it would have been like as like not easy, but like as accessible, just because there are so many people who have amazing voices that want to be in theater, want to be on Broadway.
Ben made his Broadway debut when he was 21 in Book of Mormon, I think. He didn't graduate college. He went straight there.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely, I think, probably had easier access, but like obviously you're not going to get a part in a Broadway show if you're not a super amazing singer or dancer or whichever role you're going for.
I mean, he was in Pitch Perfect in 2012. That's crazy to think that I was 12 years old.
Yeah, that was like the first thing I remember seeing him in, and then seeing after Pitch Perfect, I remember he was in a few Broadway
and he's
shows.
Done a bunch of like national tours and stuff like that, and regional theater and Hollywood Bowl, which is like amazing. He was even in The Music Man, one of our favorite shows, as Winthrop.
Yeah.
Which is like cute, like good for you, cutie patootie, love you. He's so talented. His brother Henry is super talented too. Shout out to Henry. I
love them.
Henry goes to UPenn, and I have a friend who goes to UPenn, and I visited him one weekend, and we passed the Platt Building of the Arts, and I had to go in. So me and my friend Jeffrey, we get out of the car, and this boy's opening the door to the arts building, and we're like, wait, and we sneak in. I didn't tell anyone, like, not even you, Tiffany, because I was, like, so sketch, but it worked.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
But it was, like, pretty amazing.
Yeah, but either way, like, I'm not saying he wouldn't be famous. I think he still would have got, like, the recognition that he's got. Who knows, maybe in different ways, but I think he still would have made it just because he is so talented. So it's really hard to say, but I think obviously if I had parents who were in the business that, yeah, I would have a little easier access to certain things. But I mean, not something like Broadway. I mean, that, like, you have to have the talent no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we love him.
We love Ben Platt.
If you know him, hit us up.
If Ben Platt is listening, like, give me a call, DM me. I'll send you my phone number right away. No issue, no questions asked. Perfect. Now, let's talk about what's your favorite Ben Platt song? Give us, like, a sample.
Oh, a sample?
Tiffany has to take her time to decide. She's very indecisive about things like this.
Maybe
I know.
The song New or Bad Habit. I love the song Grow As We Go. I love all of them. It just really depends what mood you're in.
So, like, can you give us, like, just a little line?
Which song?
Do, like, my favorite song is Older.
Oh, should we sing it together?
No, give a little Bad Habit.
Okay. From the beginning? Or
it doesn't matter.
Anywhere. Okay. You're putting me on the spot. I don't know.
Tiffany, there's no audience.
No, I just don't know where to start. Bad habit, I know, but I'm needing you right now. Can you help me out? Can I lean on you?
Yes, Tiffany. Okay, give us one more.
You freaking
no cursing. Ha ha ha. Caught her before she said it.
Thanks.
Give us like, I want a key to your house.
Share your address?
Yeah.
Darling, you might think it's too soon, but I can't get you out of my head now. Picturing myself in your room, And I wanna be with you till I'm dead now. I want your friends to be my friends. I'll make you breakfast in the bed. I want it all with you. I can't sing that to you. I can't go that low, people. Come on.
But that was so good.
I'm not a tenor.
She's not a tenor. Ben Platt is just so good. He gets me in the feels.
And all of his songs represent a different feeling, a different time, obviously a much different story. Mm-hmm. So really, as I said before, it depends on your mood. He has some songs like Older. That song makes me want to cry about life. But then the song New, that
like dance and party.
Yeah, like I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I don't need you. I don't need like some person in my life that's negative, you know? So if you haven't already listened, but if you're listening to this, you probably have. But if you haven't already, I'd go exploring, you know, just get in your feels with his album.
Get in your feels. And you know what? Ben Platt's concert, which I saw, as I said before.
And I'm crying that I wasn't able to go.
It's going to be on Netflix May 15th.
Stop, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Tiffany just like looked me dead in the eyes. She goes, stop, really? Thanks. But yeah, so if you spot a little girl jamming, I'm wearing a jean jacket and a white dress, and I have glasses on at some point because I was crying and it ruined my makeup. But you know what? It was worth it for Ben Platt. So let's talk about what's going on in our life before we wrap up this episode. I'm having such a fun time with my sister. We're not batting each other's eyes out right now or like pulling each other's hair.
Wait till later.
Wait till later. Wait till I turn the sink off by accident. So we have an automatic sink where you just like swish your hand in front of it and you leave the lever out. So when you swish it,
signal.
It signals to like pour the water. But if you put the lever down, the motion sensor won't work because it's like the water's off. So it's like habit for me to just turn the like lever down. But Tiffany and my mom just expect that when they move their hand, the water will come pouring out. So every time I turn the lever off, they yell at me because they can't move the lever with their hands to make the water come out.
I mean, it was made like that for a reason. It was made so you didn't have to move the lever. And she says it's a habit, but we've had that faucet for like at least 2 or 3 or 4 years. So we've had it for a while. So it should be a habit to not do that anymore, considering the amount of times I've told Tiara not to turn it off.
It's like a daily thing, and Tiffany will like...
I'm like, really? I told you not to do it again?
Like, because when I'm washing my hands, like, of course, like, I'm concentrating on washing my hands, but I'm not thinking about...
But like, especially during this time, it's like, we're lucky to be able to have that, like, because we don't have to touch as much. Like now people are so concerned about touching anything, and of course like our sink's clean, but like during this time, you know, you think you'd remember that you don't have to touch it.
No, it's like Tiffany will start yelling, Tiara, you turned off the sink. Like first world problems.
Yeah.
Like we sound so
That's
spoiled.
That's my issue of the day.
That's my issue of the day. Tiara turned off the sink lever.
Basically. And my brother gets pissed at her for doing it too.
Yeah.
He gets more mad than me.
It's okay. I'll try to do better because I love you, even though we both know the habit's going to keep up.
Yeah, it's a habit for sure. Haha.
Ha ha ha. Tiffany and I love each other. Tiffany has a dog named Mia who's like super cute, but she's a little special in the sense that she doesn't understand when there's an object in her mouth that she can't like lick a human at the same time. Like she'll still have the tennis ball, like the dirty tennis ball with dirt surrounded by it in her mouth. And then she'll come up to you like trying to lick you with the ball still in her mouth. Like she doesn't understand, and it's the cutest thing.
Yeah, she just wants to lick people all day long, but doesn't want to let a toy out of her mouth. So, you know, you got to multitask sometimes.
You got to multitask.
For sure.
So what are you working on in your voice lessons?
So I'm working on Caro Mio Ben. And
Caro Mio Ben.
There you go. That's the one. And
we all know it. Amber Riley knows it. She spoke about it on Stars in the House, the girl from Glee who played Mercedes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Just double checking.
Yeah, I'm working on that, and also I picked one musical theater piece today, so I'm gonna sing "Till There Was You" from The Music Man because
I love that song.
I love that song. Yeah, like the Music Man and Showboat just like get me in my emotions, you know. And I wish people were like how they are in the movies. I swear, I feel like I belong like in earlier years, not during this time.
Sometimes I feel like I belong in a snow globe.
That's interesting.
Like a snow globe of like a Broadway stage.
Good dreams. Keep dreaming.
I will till they come true.
What are you working on?
I'm working on Don't Rain on My Parade for a little Zoom cabaret class through one of my voice studios. And then I am working on just like fun things like Alto's Lament. I've been working on that High C. If you guys don't know what Alto's Lament is, it's so funny. Please go YouTube it. It's like a parody for Broadway actors. There's also a clip of me singing a little bit on my TikTok at Broadway Babe 2000, which is also my Instagram. So you could go look at that. If you want to follow me personally, that's at Tiara Jasmine Fielding, which you could also find linked to Broadway Babe 2000. But I've been working on a lot. I mean, I said this last time. This is a great time to just sit, reflect, and then attack. So I've been attack. So I've been attacking a lot of musical theater pieces. I've been dancing more. I've been picking out monologues. Tiffany and I have been doing lots of TikTok dances. So it's a fun time in the Fielding household. Because when we're not wanting to murder each other, we're baking, we're singing, we're watching movies. What movie do you want to watch tonight?
Really? Honestly, The Music Man. I could watch that. I could watch that every night, I swear. I've watched it like 5 times in this quarantine already.
I thought you were about to say like Incredibles 2 because you said that in the car earlier.
I'd be down to watch Incredibles too.
But we could watch whatever.
But, you know, it depends if you want a musical movie or
we could watch
another
Shrek
genre.
On Netflix. Shrek the Live Musical, starring Brian Darcy James and Sutton Foster.
I'm down for that. Or Aladdin. I like Aladdin.
Aladdin's cute.
Yeah, actually, talking about Sutton Foster, I'm actually sad that I wasn't able to see her in The Music Man, like, when it was supposed to open in October, because I saw that ever since they first made the Music Man Instagram page, like, when they said, like, Music Man was coming to Broadway, starring Sutton Foster.
I remember you sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to Tiara. I saw it before Tiara. Shocker, okay? That, like, doesn't happen.
Shocking.
That doesn't happen. Tiara knows everything about Broadway, but I was so excited. So hopefully I'll be able to see that eventually. I will not go into the city for a very long time, no matter what. So you won't catch me.
I'm heading back once it's safe. So
you won't catch me in the city for like at least a year. Sorry, people.
I'll just have to make Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman come to our house and do a live. Perfect. Easy.
We'll set it up.
They can also DM me, just like Ben Platt again. Yeah. And I'll send my phone number.
Oh, perfect.
No issue.
Let them know I say hi.
I will. I mean, they'll personally be here, so
it's no need.
So no need. Yeah. They don't even have to say hi. No. Live performance in our basement.
Perfect.
Everybody's
invited.
Everyone's invited. But I've had such a fun time talking with you, Tiffany.
Best time ever.
But we've spoken about so many things. We spoke about the Drama Desk Awards. We spoke about Miss Lea Michele being preggers. Congrats.
Love.
Congrats, Queen.
Congrats.
We spoke about Sondheim's 90th birthday. Love you, Sondheim.
Sondheim is amazing.
We spoke about Ben Platt.
Favorite.
And we spoke about what's going on in our daily lives. I love talking to my sister. It's always a fun time. She's like the only like person I have, kind of. So it's like whatever. But yeah,
if you guys household,
in this household, and friends come and go. Family is forever. Even though like we fight sometimes, we know we're each other's rocks.
We're so similar anyway. So you know,
like it's so funny. Like we're both very educated people, but together we're like 2 ding dongs, and like we'll call each other out on the things that we know the other person knows, just to like
piss them off.
Yeah, like rile us up. But it's just always fun with Tiffany, and I'm just having a good time talking. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for listening in. As always, if you ever need to talk to someone, don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Me.
Or Tiffany, I guess. The Broadway world will be back brighter than ever, and I'm excited to see you guys when that does happen. Peace and have a great night. And I will see you guys next week. Maybe Tiffany will come back. We'll see. Or I'll have my mom. But peace. Bye.